So sitting comfortably on the mat. If cross-legged is okay for you, then sit that way. If you prefer to straighten your legs, do that. Really, whatever works best for you. And just have a bit of movement, a bit of a fidget. Just make the head side to side, maybe roll the shoulders. Moving any way that feels comfortable for you. And then just begin to settle, letting your hands rest comfortably in your lap or on your knees. Take a moment to bring the weight forward onto the sitting bones, and then just gently start to sit up tall, raising your chest, lengthening your spine, and then closing your eyes. Just softly close. They don't need to be squeezed tight shut. Just enough that you no longer see the space around you. And you come into your own private little world here. As you let the shoulders slowly weigh down, heavier. You let your spinal muscles relax, just letting the stability, those spinal joints lined up in this way, hold you tall. Feel your hips just gently release into whichever sitting position you've chosen. The glutes just slightly soften against the ground. The legs taking a break here, whether you've been sat or moving around. And now just letting them be supported by the floor. So you can rest completely still and just enjoy this pause. And as you pause, start to take a nice deep inhale. And then once your lungs feel full, you'll just naturally stop and begin to gently exhale. And once the lungs are completely empty, all of its own, your body will decide that it's time to inhale again and slowly fill up. And the breath will just move in this circular way, breathing out and breathing in. Just rolling breaths, one into the next. Inhale. Once it's full, rolling into an exhale. And then gently rolling back. Just slow, steady circles. Rolling through the breath. And when we let the breath just naturally take over this way, it's going to slow right down. You inhale all the way to the point you naturally stop, you'll begin to fill up the lungs completely. And then if you let that exhale go to its full extent, you'll empty the lungs completely without any effort on your part. And just letting our lungs, our respiratory system live up to its full potential, expanding to its full potential, emptying completely of that unneeded breath. Learning to do this unconsciously, just allowing your body to be in this peaceful, rhythmic breath. And just creating a sense of peace and calm for ourselves. Whatever is going on outside of this mat, outside of this room, is all just falling away into the background, fading out, leaving you here in this space without distraction, without any hindrance on the breath. As if we were just pure breath and nothing else in our lives mattered. Because truly, nothing else in the life does matter if we're not breathing properly, we're not breathing effectively. Breath is our life. We're just inhaling fully, exhaling fully. Great big rounded breath in and out. Rolling in, rolling out. If you catch yourself getting distracted, just come back into the breath. Be present with that breath. And then just letting this breath continue in this way, rolling in, rolling out. Most natural thing in the world. We're going to start now just to hug the knees up into the chest. Give yourself a great big hug here, like someone you love very much. Go chin into the knees, so curling up. And already starting to just gently stretch in the spine as the head bows down. Extending all the way through the back of the body in this simple hugging motion. And we're going to come down to our spine. You can either roll back or use your hands to support you if there's any chance that you might let the head descend before the rest of the back. And coming onto your spine now, place a hand on each knee and start to gently circle these knees round and away from each other. Big looping circles, slow and steady. Just rolling round, taking your time, looping through. I'll do a number of circles in this one direction, keeping them fluid like the breath, so the movement just naturally comes. And as you get closer, they want to loop away, creating this never-ending circle of movement, just like that never-ending circle of breath. As you continue rolling steadily round, just take your time. And then once you've felt that you've built a rhythm in this direction, it feels smooth and steady, we'll start to take it the other way. Just rolling around, steady as you can. Just taking your time, there's no rush at all. Just finding yourself steadily rolling through the hip joints, waking up the body. Your circles just continuing round, and then we'll bring the knees back into the center, and just using the hands, we're going to circle the knees together as one. You might find your back lifts up off the floor. You might find some movement there, and that's absolutely fine. Just rotating round a few times each way, rolling around in the hips. And perhaps you can start to move the knees a bit further away now. So maybe the hands Come to rest on the floor or your belly, encouraging the spine to stay fairly close to the ground. Maybe your feet begin to lift away from your hips. As these circles just slowly grow bigger and bigger, creating this lovely, big, never-ending circle, looping around, extending out, almost now as far away from the torso as possible. Maybe you even think about straightening out those legs to the end of the mat. So just circling around steadily, last couple of times. And then pause and return those circles, starting again, extending as far as you comfortably can. Just rolling through, slow and steady. Building up strength and maybe building up some heat now as we fire through the belly, as we massage across the back. And then perhaps those circles come in a little bit closer. We're not straightening the legs anymore. Keeping the legs glued together though. Maybe become a little bit closer even. Just gently rolling through, ever closer. Maybe you bring the hands back onto the knees now. Keeping them this gentle distance, slowing down the circle until eventually you're coming all the way back, nice and steady, knees into the chest. From here, bring the arms out to your sides, palms facing up, and then bring the knees over the hips and start to take just a very gentle rock side to side. Maybe the knees just come an inch or two each way. Maybe they come about halfway down towards the floor. I don't suggest any further than that right now. Keep the head steady, looking up at the ceiling. Maybe even closing your eyes once you find the right height for the knees. Just gently rocking through the back, keeping the shoulders really steady. So back to the hands are glued to the floor. The whole length of your arm right up to your shoulder blades are heavily laying down on the ground. And in this way, keeping that upper body steady and finding a little bit of rotation in the spine, a little stretch in the spinal muscles, and then again, a little firing up using the core here, just to rotate through the legs. Maybe lift the feet a little bit higher, just to really start to switch everything on. And then the next time you go towards the right side, I want you to slowly start to bring the knees and the left arm over. So you find yourself lying on the right side of your body, knees at a right angle to your hips, feet at a right angle to the knees. And then as you inhale, I want you to slowly start to open up, take a little look over to the left as the left hand comes back to the floor. And then exhale, rotate. So keeping the knees on the floor. Inhale, start to open up, taking a turn to the side. Exhale, reclose. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. And then exhale, close. Last one, inhale, open. This time we're going to stay here, look over to that left arm. And if it doesn't quite reach the floor, try to just let the elbow joint, the wrist joint relax. So even if you're hovering, try to do it in a gentle way. Try not to force. Just holding here for a couple more of those big round breaths. Come back to that sensation of the lungs filling all the way up so much that the exhale just naturally comes. And then once the lungs are completely empty, they just naturally want to refill. Using the full extent of us. And then inhale, bring those knees back to the center. Just take a little rock, realign. of times each side. And then rolling onto the left now, bringing your left arm over to join the right. And just take a second to line up so your knees are lining up with your hips, your ankles with the knees, the palms are outstretched. And then you inhale, open all the way out, over to that right side. Take a look, and then exhale, come over. And maybe it takes a few turns before that shoulder reaches the ground, and that's fine as you inhale to open. Exhale to turn. Inhale to open. Exhale to turn. Couple more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last time, inhaling to open, and this time we'll stay here, reaching those arms apart. Backs of the hands to the floor. And again, if your arm is floating, then just soften the elbows, soften the wrists. You're not straining yourself. Otherwise, let the hand reach out, extend. Breathe steadily. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last 2 rounds here, breathing in fully. Breathing out. Inhaling last time. Exhaling. Then as you inhale, slowly bring your knees back up to the center. Last time, little rock side to side. And then hugging your knees into your chest, lift your chin again. Find this extension through the back, the chin, the nose coming up into the knees. And then either rolling to one side and pushing up, or take a rock up the spine, if that feels okay. So coming back into this seated position, bring the weight forward onto the sitting bones. And then start to hug those knees, and this time lifting the feet just slightly off the floor. Either you stay here, or you can lift the feet a little bit higher. That's stage 2. Stage 3, maybe you bring the hands out beside your legs. And then stage 4, if you want to really fire up, is pulling in the belly, lifting the chest, and then starting to extend. Feet out, chest out. And then exhaling, coming up. Doing 5 of those in total if you choose to. Extending. And then gently going back. 3 more. Extending. Coming in. Extending. Feel free to pause. Feel free to stop. Coming in. Last one. Extending out. And then slowly coming back up. Bring the hands behind you and just take a little rock here of the knees side to side. Check how that's feeling. And then come back up, recross your legs. Let's take the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Big stretch, clasp the fingertips together and lift up high. From here, as you exhale, bring your right hand down, reach this left arm right overhead. Big stretch all the way, keeping those sitting bones. So I'm showing you from the side, you can see the spine is staying long, the belly and ribs are in, not extending forward or slumping back. Doing one more breath here in, and then exhale over your other side. Same thing, just staying nice and lengthy through the side of the body. Extending this top arm over, reaching out for one more big inhale. And then exhale, coming back. From here, we're going to bring the right hand now onto the top of the head and just start to gently let the ear drop down to the shoulder. Again, we're keeping this lovely posture, ribs and chest are in, and just the head is dropping to one side. Opposite hand is resting steadily on the floor. Inhaling here. Exhaling. One more time, inhaling. And then as you exhale, turn your head shoulder. Letting the chin drop nice and heavy. Breathing steadily here, just a few rounds, stretching out. Noticing how this is doing, how this is feeling. Inhale fully. Exhale last time. Inhale. And as you exhale, release both hands down. Take a little roll of the chin along the collarbone, softly, side to side. And as you roll there steadily, lengthening out both sides of the neck. And then come back to the center. Let's do the other side. So bring the opposite hand up, just a knee. Dropping onto the head to encourage the ear towards the shoulder, gently now. Little pressure, little support from the hand. Opposite fingertips stay grazing on the floor, and you're just resting in this stretch. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, bow your chin to the shoulder. We'll do just another few breaths here. Holding steady. Calmly breathing in. Breathing out. Last couple of rounds, inhaling. Exhaling. And then inhale, slowly come back. Reach both arms up again. Take a nice stretch. Clasp the fingertips together. Look up to the hands now as you lift them high. And then as you exhale, bring them onto the floor. Roll onto hands and knees. You can untuck your toes. Let the tops of the toes come to the floor. Maybe give a little drum. Wake up the feet slightly. Sort of wake up through the legs. Just drumming there. And then coming in. So normally we do cat-cow, so we're going to do some scapular work today. So as you inhale, I want you to think about squeezing the scapula together, the shoulder blades coming together, and your chest coming down. And then as you exhale, push the floor away, rounding the back, pulling everything up equally, the chest and the belly. As you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you're just looking down between your hands. As you exhale, you push the floor away. Do a few more like this. Inhaling, lowering, squeezing shoulder blades together, chest down. Exhale, chest up, shoulder blades pull apart. Inhaling, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhaling, pulling them softly apart. Last couple of times here. Inhaling down. Exhaling, push the floor away. Inhaling, lower down. And exhale, drawing apart. From here, tuck under your toes. Try to keep this open shoulder sensation as you now take the hips back, take the heels back, lifting up into downward facing dog. And maybe you have a little bit of movement here in the legs, just rocking the knees. Keep that sensation of pulling your shoulder blades apart. As the head comes back between the arms, you're just rocking gently. A couple more times here, breathing in. Breathing out. Last time inhaling. And then as you exhale, slowly bring the knees back down. Untuck the toes once more. We're going to take an inhale from here and take this right leg up, bending at the knee, kicking your heel up, so as if you were pushing your heel to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, slowly bring that knee into the center, knee to nose. Inhale, kick the heel up to the ceiling. And keep the sensation of rounded back, pushing the floor away as you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, so pushing the floor away, so the chest is up, the belly is up. Exhale into the center. Two more, inhale, lift the leg, lift that heel. Exhale into the center. Last one, inhale to lift. And then exhale into the center. Next time you lift, we're going to hold. So for a count of 3, push the heel up to the ceiling. Knee is in line with the hip. Just holding here for 2 more, looking forward, inhaling, keep pushing the floor away. Keep rounding the back, exhaling. Last one, inhale. And then exhale, lower that knee. Tuck under the toes, take the hips to the heels, extend the arms forward. Just take a moment in child pose. Checking how your back is feeling. Checking how your glutes are feeling, the hamstrings. And then inhale, start to come back up to all fours. We'll do the other side. So you can untucking toes, Lift up this left leg. Heel sticks up. The knee is bent. You're donkey kicking up to the ceiling, pushing the floor away. So scapula pull apart. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lift. Couple more here. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting. Exhale to the center. Inhale, lift. Last time. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting, holding now. 3 big breaths. Kick that heel up. Kick this leg up. Look forward, but keep pushing the floor away. Rising the body up from the floor. Scapula pull apart. Last breath in. And then exhale. Lower the knee. Tuck under the toes. Come back to child pose. Extend the arms forward. Lengthen out your back. And when you're ready, come up to downward facing dog. And again, just rocking out the knees, any which way you like, maybe shaking side to side. Keep the scapula pulling apart, keep the hands pressing into the floor, and then start to walk the hands back towards your feet. Find yourself here folding heavily, chest bowing down, and then maybe just taking a little rock side to side. Either hands stay heavy or take hold of opposite elbow. Just rocking this way and that. And then letting the hands drop down as you inhale, start to roll up, pushing the feet down. Find yourself coming further to stand, let the shoulders drop back and down. A few rounds, just rolling through those shoulders steadily. And then keeping your feet hip distance, toes gripping onto the floor, heels pushing down. Come into Tadasana, so mountain. Palms face forward. Fingertips are pulling down to the floor. Everything's drawing into the center. And then as you inhale, let's reach up towards the sky. And exhale, fold down. Bending the knees as much as you like. And as you inhale, we're going to lengthen the right side. So right leg straight, right arm up to the ceiling. And then exhaling, we'll refold. Inhale, left side, extending up, left leg straight. Exhale, refold into the ground. Inhaling here, walking forward, and we're going to hold in plank. Again, try to find this scapular retraction. So pulling, shoulder blades apart, chest lifting. You've got 2 more breaths here. Check your middle fingers facing forward. Are your hands aligned? Are your shoulders above the wrists? Are your heels pulling back? Are your glutes perhaps coming a little bit lower? Last one here, inhaling. Exhaling, knees lower. Chest comes down between the hands. And we're going to inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades back now. And let the chest come forward. Toenails to the floor. We're holding for 2 more breaths. Pull the belly in, pull the glutes in to support and strengthen the spine. Last one here, inhaling. And then we're going to exhale back to child pose. Hips to heels. Extend the arms forward. Look forward to the hands. And keeping this active, grip the fingertips onto the floor. As you extend forward, look forward. Take 1 more nice deep in breath. And out breath. And then as you inhale, slowly coming up, tuck under the toes. Lift the hips back and up. We'll pause in down dog. Same thing, 3 breaths. And just checking your hands and toes feel steady now. You're gripping into the floor. Your shoulder blades once more are open and apart. Head is looking back between your feet. Inhaling 1 more time. And then as we exhale, we're going to walk those hands back towards the feet. Find yourself folding and rolling up to stand. Sweeping the arms up as you go. We're going to do 2 more sets exactly like that. So exhale, begin to fold forward. And as you fold, try to keep the belly in so the back extends so there's no collapsing through the back of the body. Folding into the ground and then inhale, straighten the right leg, lift the right arm, take a twist. Exhaling, releasing down. Inhale, lengthen the left side up to the ceiling. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, walk the hands forward, holding in plank once you get that for 3 breaths. Checking your hands are steady. You're spreading those fingertips wide, making full use of your palms to support the body, pushing the floor away. Shoulder blades are apart. Glutes are squeezing as you allow those hips to be level with your shoulders. If you've got your camera on, you'll see yourself. Last one here. And then exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest. Inhale, start to pull forward. Shoulders pull back, elbows back. Hands gripping into the floor, and get this feeling of dragging the mat backwards as you pull the chest forward. Look ahead down the length of your nose. Don't forget your belly, your glutes engaged to protect the back. And then as you exhale, take your hips to your heels, hands resting down, surrendering here to the ground. Breathing in fully. And breathing out. Let's do 3 more rounds. Inhale. Keep those hands active, fingertips spreading along the floor. 1 more round here. And then as you exhale, slowly tuck under the toes, lift all the way back and up, downward facing dog. Breathing fully in and out. Inhale and exhaling last time in. And then as you exhale, walk those hands back to find your feet. And roll up to stand. Sweeping the hands all the way up as you go. Exhaling, folding down to the ground. Last set. Inhale, the right side expands up to the ceiling. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, the left side expands and extends. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, start to walk the hands forward further and further, spreading the fingertips. Holding now, last time for 3 breaths, pushing the floor away. Dropping those hips to level out with the chest, pulling the belly in. Heels backwards, chest forward, so the spine is really decompressed and long. And then exhale, lower knees, lower chest, belly gets to the floor just after the chest. And then inhale, pull the chest forward and up, pull those elbows back, fingertips to the floor. 2 more breaths here, inhaling. Exhaling, 1 more time in. And then exhale, hips to heels. Fingertips forward, bowing in. Breathing fully in and out. Inhaling those big circular breaths. Inhale, looping into the out breath and then filling back up again. 1 more time here. Breathing in. And then exhale slowly. Let's tuck under the toes, come up. Last long hold in down dog. Sending the hips back, sending the heels back. Extension through arms and legs. Everything. Breathing fully. 2 more times in. And out. 1 more in. And then exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. And roll yourself up to stand. Putting those arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands down by your side. Come back to your Tadasana. Fingertips turn to face forward. Lifting the chest tall, pulling the hands down. And then from here, maybe the feet come together. Maybe they stay wide. You squeeze the hips back. And lift those arms up to help you counterbalance into this invisible chair. Knees are coming back, maybe as far back as your ankles, but definitely behind your toes. Your ribs pull in. You're extending forward. Last 2 times here. In. And out. Final 1. Breathing in. And then exhale. Folding down. Lift those hips up to the sky. Let them soar high as they can go. And then next, start to look forward. Walk the hands. And this time either lower the knees or lower halfway chaturanga. And inhale. Lift up, extend through the front of the body, toes to the floor, glutes are squeezing. You exhale, lift up to down dog. And then inhale, pick up your right leg. Bending the knee, start to open the hip up. And then exhale, bring that knee all the way forward. Step the foot between the hands, back heel in. Warrior one, floating up to the ceiling. I'm going to bring the front knee over the ankle, back heel to the floor, turning those hips to face forward. Finding some extension here in the legs as you inhale, reaching all the way up to the ceiling and just holding steady as you exhale, gripping feet to the floor. Let's do 2 more here, inhaling and exhaling. 1 more here, inhaling. And then as you exhale, open out wide, warrior 2, spreading those fingertips. Push both heels down, feel nice extension, squeezing the glutes, lifting up through the belly, through the ribs, opening and expanding wide. 2 more breaths, in and out. 1 more breath here, in. And then as you exhale, start to come forward, reach the left arm up, again, find this extension, expansion to the ceiling. Right arm is resting on the knee, so side angle posture. The legs are staying steady and still as they are. Maybe you stay here, maybe you come a little bit lower to the floor without collapsing in the hips. So your glutes are still switched on, the body is still strengthening here. Last one, inhaling. And then as you exhale, start to slowly bring the left hand down, lifting up the back heel. Start to pull the chest forward in this lunge. Looking forward, holding here for 2 more rounds. In. Squeeze those glutes, strengthen through the body. And exhale. 1 more time here. Inhale. Exhale. And then as you inhale, we're going to lift the right hand. Keep the left on the floor, turning this into a twist. Just rotating round the mat in this way. Back heel's reaching towards the back of the mat. Front knee is still over ankle. And we're pushing the floor away. So we're staying strong in the legs for 1 more round. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the left knee. Untuck the back toe. Start to lift up. So coming into this twist. With the twisting towards your front knee. Either stay here or think about bringing the back hand down. Maybe you find your calf. You can tuck under the back toe if you like, as long as that doesn't irritate your knee at all. Just taking a little reverse twist here. Inhaling, lifting up, extending. Exhaling, take your time. You've got 1 more breath to make your way into whichever stretch feels good. Inhale. And then exhale with control, coming back. Bring the left hand to the floor. And then from here, tuck under the back toe, lift the knee. Stepping the right foot back, find yourself in side plank, holding here. Inhaling steadily. Exhaling steadily. 2 more in. And out. 1 more inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to bring the right hand down. The right foot's going to come probably off the mat and twisting around to come into reverse tabletop. Squeezing the glutes, we're lifting here. Shoulder blades together, we're looking up to the ceiling. We're inhaling fully. Exhaling, just 2 more breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. 1 more breath. Inhaling. And then exhaling, we're going to rotate back. Lifting the hand up. Rolling around back into plank. And then lower through. Inhale, lift and extend in the chest. Exhale, take a child pose or come back to down dog. Up to you, what suits you best. Draw the heels back, draw the hips back, and breathe in deeply. Take 2 more rounds of rest. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more round in. And out. And then inhale, let's pick up the left leg. We'll do the same thing. Exhaling, bending the knee, lifting it up to the ceiling. And then gently float that knee all the way forward towards the hands. Back heel comes in, arms raised, warrior one. Holding here now, let's start to establish the legs. The front knee comes forward over your ankle. Your back heel pushes into the floor. The back leg is long and straight. Hips turn forward. Belly lifts and squeezes in. Ribs lift and squeeze in. Just holding here. Arms extending up. 2 more breaths in and out. 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, open up warrior 2. Back foot turns slightly. Extend those arms. Squeeze the glutes. Really lift and extend through the body. Steadily here. A couple more rounds. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale, expand. Exhale, hold. Last inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. Bring this right arm up overhead. So holding here steadily. Squeezing your glutes. Breathing in deeply. Lifting this top arm to the ceiling and just expanding there. Perhaps you stay here. Perhaps you bring the hand down. Trying to keep the hips still lifting up. So that right hand is still pulling you up to the ceiling. We're not collapsing or losing the strength in the legs. Last one here. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, slowly bring this right hand down. Lift the back heel. Low lunge, looking forward. Back heel's pulling towards the back of the room. These glutes are engaged. You're pulling up away from the floor. Inhaling here. Exhaling, last one, in. And then bring the right hand down, lift the left hand up. Let's turn this into a twist. Lifting this left hand all the way up to the ceiling. So we're just circling around the mat today. Circling our vision, just like we're circling the breath. Draw the back heel back. Inhaling, last one here. And then exhale. Lower this right knee, untuck the toe. Lift yourself up, stay steadily in this reverse position. Either stay here, this is already a nice strong twist, or you bring the back hand down, maybe to your thigh, maybe slowly you find the calf. And you've got a few breaths just to gently descend your way. If you want to tuck under the toe, then you can do that. Whatever feels steadier for you, and then just reversing slowly, gently. 2 more breaths in. Out. 1 more breath in. And then exhale. Cartwheel the hands down. Step the left foot back. So we're coming into our side plank, either knee down or knee up. And again, just holding for 3. Lifting this left hand up to the ceiling for 2 more counts. And 1 more count. We're slowly from here going to take this left foot behind, bending the knee. We're going to bring the left hand down off the mat, rotating so fingertips face your heels, toes turn to face the end, and you're coming into this reverse tabletop. Looking up at the ceiling, squeeze your glutes, see if you can lift them up as high as your chest. 2 more breaths in and out. 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, rotate the hand, lift back up, and just come forward to plank and begin to lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Final round, inhaling to extend forward, and then exhaling either child pose or down dog. Creep those fingertips forward. Find as much space as possible here in the body. Find as much length as possible. You've got 2 more rounds, in and out. 1 more round, inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. And then gently again, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. So if you're in down dog, you're going to find yourself in a fold. If you're in child pose, you're on the ground. We're going to tuck under the toes from child pose. If you're in down dog, start to slowly bend your hips down. If you're in your child pose, slowly rock your knees up. So all of us finding our way into squat, into malasana. You can step the feet a little bit wider. Bring the hands in together and just sit up nice and tall here. Lifting your chest high as it goes. Letting those hips sink down. And maybe you're high, maybe you're up here. Maybe you're down low. Don't worry. It's all about your anatomy. Come back to your circular breaths. Feel steady. Feel stable. 2 more. In and out. 1 more breath in. Breath out. And then we're gently going to either use the hands or lower ourselves down. If you want to make this a little bit more active and challenging, bring the hands down beside you. See if you can cross your ankles and do a jump through, letting your legs come out in front of you. Inhale, then lift up tall. And exhale, begin to fold down over both legs into Paschimottanasana. Forward fold, head and chest bowing heavily. Collapsing down in towards the legs. Toes lifting up to the ceiling. And folding here. Elongating through the spine. Neck. You're looking perhaps forward towards your toes. To keep the momentum of travel, the direction of travel, as that extension of the back. Keep breathing steadily in and out. 2 more rounds in and out. Last round, inhaling, folding forward and exhaling. As you inhale, slowly begin to roll yourself up. You're going to bring the right leg up. And then just start to bring the right ankle onto the left knee. Let this right knee drop out towards the side. From here, sliding the left foot up, perhaps a little bit closer. And just taking hold of the back of that left thigh. Just sitting here, coming into this seated version of a pigeon. Lifting up. And then flex both sets of toes. Just notice the difference there. You begin to lift the toes up towards the knee, how that might begin to fire up that stretch. Maybe the left heel comes a little bit closer. Just holding here, inhaling. Exhaling. 2 more, inhale. And exhale, 1 more time, inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly, I'm going to slide the left foot away. Bring the right foot to the floor, lift the knee, and then wrap your left arm around and take that into your twist. As you do, just bring the back hand down, your chin dropping towards your shoulder. And just holding here softly. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. 1 more nice breath. And as you inhale, slowly come forward. Uncross the leg. And let it drop out to the side. Do 1 more fold forward into Janu Shirshasana, head dropping in. Letting the body soften down. We're rotating the chest just ever so slightly towards this left side as we fold in. Last breath here, in, out. And then as you inhale, start to roll up. You're going to re-extend the right leg. Bring the left knee up into your chest. Bring the ankle onto the knee. And sitting up tall again, staying on our sitting bones. We'll start to bring this right leg up. Bring your hands through and underneath to hold onto the thigh. And then start to flex both toes. Heels digging away. Sitting up tall as you can. Maybe the heel slides closer. Be aware of what you're doing. There's no need to overstretch now. Just let the body find its position. Just holding and breathing deeply in. And out, let the shoulders relax. Breathing in steadily. Breathing out. 3 more here, in. And out. Inhaling, big round circular breath. Exhale, let it go. Last time, in. And then as you exhale, slowly straighten the right leg. Left knee comes up, right arm around, hug it into the chest and turn. Let the knee, chin drop down to the shoulder as you just turn softly here. And take a few more breaths. Last two. Final round. And then slowly come back forward, bring the foot to the thigh, and take your bow. Head dropping low, extending through the low right side now. It's folding in steadily. Two more breaths here. Inhale. Exhaling. One more here. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then inhale, gently roll yourself up. Let's bring both feet onto the floor. Come down onto your spine. And just hug the knees into the chest as we did at the beginning. Taking a little rock side to side just to soften out in the back. Again, just lengthening out the spinal muscles completely. And the legs now ease. Or brace the feet on the floor, a little distance apart. So the knees come about the same distance as your hips. Hands down by your side, and we'll just counteract that by pushing down, lifting the glutes, and coming into just a low bridge, holding here steadily. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, and you lift up one leg and just hold for 5, 4, 3, breathing steadily, 2, 1, release, take the other side, lifting tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Rolling back down onto your spine, just let the knees go side to side like windscreen wipers. Twisting out. And then eventually coming into the center. Extend the legs away, reach your arms up overhead. Big long stretch it, long as you could be. Fingertips and toes reaching away. Curling up through your center. And then relax. Bring the hands down by your sides. And lie here completely relaxed in your Shavasana. Come back to your big circular rounds of breath. Flowing steadily through the body. Completely filling up. And then completely letting go. Allow that breath to continue. Rolling through. Slow and steady. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just allowing that breath unconsciously to flow. Life is flowing through us ever so steadily. Just a couple more rounds. Gently. And feel free to stay here longer, as long as you like. When you're ready, can gently start to move your fingertips and wiggle out your toes. You can turn the head side to side. The neck begins to stretch. You can start to bring your knees up into your chest, and again, just last time, give yourself a lovely big hug before rolling onto one side or the other, and eventually finding your way back to sit up tall, lifting your chest and your shoulders, and coming back to where we began, sat comfortably. Eyes still closed for a last moment in your own world. Only conscious act, that breath. All of your focus on that breath, circling through, unconsciously keeping you a living being. And just enjoy that flow of life through you as you make your way into the rest of your day. You're ready, take an inhale, reach the arms out to the sides, lift up tall. Exhale, hands come down, eyes open up, feel energized, feel ready to face the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your life. Thank you all very much. I really wish you light, love, happiness, and thank you for joining. Namaste.